Where are the aliens?
Or the aliens?
That's one of the Fermi Paradox question. A lot of people have asked me if I've seen any evidence of aliens, and I haven't, which is kind of concerning, because then I think I'd probably prefer to at least have seen some archaeological evidence of aliens. To the best of my knowledge, there is no proof. I'm not aware of any evidence of aliens. If they're out there, they're very subtle. We might just be the only consciousness, at least in the galaxy. And if you look at, say, the history of Earth, if one is to believe the archaeological record, Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. Civilization, as measured from the first writing, is only about 5,000 years old. We have to give some credit there to the ancient Sumerians, who aren't around anymore. I think it was an archaic pre-cuneiform was the first actual symbolic representation, but only about 5,000 years ago. I think that's a good date for when we'd say civilization started. That's 1/1,000,000th of Earth's existence. So civilization has been around. It's really a flash in the pan.
The Fermi Paradox is one of those deceptively simple questions. Where is everybody? Here's the technical backdrop. Our galaxy has around 100 billion stars, many of which have planets in their habitable zones. Statistically, intelligent life should exist elsewhere, right? But we see no concrete evidence. One theory is that civilizations might self-destruct before they can make contact, falling victim to something like nuclear war or AI gone rogue. It's sobering, but also relatable. Just think about how much we've had to learn to manage our own technology. Are we a fragile candle in the cosmic wind?
But why did it take so long? For 4.5 billion years. For the vast majority of that time, there was no life, and then there was archaic bacteria for a very long time, and then you had mitochondria get captured, multicellular life, differentiation into plants and animals, life moving from the oceans to land, mammals, higher brain functions. And the sun is expanding slowly, but it will overheat. It will heat the Earth up at some point in the future, boil the oceans, and Earth will become like Venus, where no life as we know it is impossible. So if we do not become multi-planetary and ultimately go beyond our solar system, annihilation of all life on Earth is a certainty. A certainty. And it could be as little as, on the galactic timescale, 500 million years. A long time by human standards, but that's only 10% longer than Earth has been around at all.
Elon is basically saying, Earth is great, but it's also a ticking time bomb. The technical side of this is fascinating. Stars like our sun have a finite lifespan, and as they age, they grow hotter and more unstable. In a few 100 million years, Earth's oceans will boil away. But let's bring it down to Earth. Imagine living in a house with a slowly leaking gas pipe. You'd look for an escape plan, right? That's essentially what going multi-planetary is, finding the emergency exit for humanity. It's a high-stakes adventure with a very real deadline.
So if life had taken 10% longer to evolve on Earth, it wouldn't exist at all.
And just a real quick comment here, how Musk is kind of invoking an interesting argument that theists and religious people make called the fine-tuning argument for the existence of God. Basically that there are these incredibly specific constants like the cosmological constant, and well, it doesn't matter much, I guess, but it's just interesting.
We got a deadline coming up.
Yeah.
Better hurry. But that said, as you said, humans, intelligent life on Earth developed a lot of cool stuff very quickly. So
yes,
it seems like becoming multiplanetary is almost inevitable, unless we destroy.
We need to do it. I mean, it's not. I mean, I suspect that there, if we are able to go out there and explore other star systems, there's a good chance we find a whole bunch of long dead one planet civilizations.
Yeah,
that never made it past their home planet.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
sad. Also fascinating.
I mean, there are various explanations for the Fermi Paradox, and one is the sort of, there are these great filters, which civilizations don't pass through. And one of those great filters is, do you become a multi-planet civilization or not? And if you don't, it's simply a matter of time before something happens on your planet, either natural or man-made, that causes us to die out, like the dinosaurs. Where are they now? They didn't have spaceships. So
This taps into a technical but chilling idea, the Great Filter. It's a concept that says intelligent life has to overcome certain barriers to survive, like learning to avoid self-destruction or figuring out how to colonize other planets. If we find evidence of dead civilizations, it could mean we're facing the same challenges they failed to overcome. Think of it like hiking up a dangerous mountain trail and finding the remains of others who didn't make it. You'd ask yourself, what went wrong and how can we avoid the same fate?
I think the more likely thing is,
Watch how Lex pushes back here. Lex is an eternal optimist, so he's trying out this angle, but I don't think Musk is going to buy it. Let's watch.
because just empathize with the aliens, that they found us and they're protecting us and letting us be.
I hope so. I've been nice aliens.
Just like the tribes in the Amazon, the uncontacted tribes were protecting them. That's what.
That would be a nice explanation.
Or you could have like what was it? I think Andre Karpathy said it's like the ants in the Amazon asking, "Where's everybody?"
This analogy is surprisingly insightful. There are uncontacted tribes on Earth we try to protect from outside influence, so it's not far-fetched to imagine advanced civilizations doing the same for us. But there's a technical layer here, too. If aliens are protecting us, they'd need to monitor us without interfering, a bit like how we use drones to observe wildlife. The relatable part? Think about how we feel watching animals in nature documentaries. Maybe aliens feel that same sense of awe watching us develop. But here's the scary question. What happens when they decide it's time to make contact?
Well, they do run into a lot of other ants.
That's true.
They have these ant wars.
Sounds like a good TV show.
Yeah, they literally have these big wars between various ants.
Yeah, maybe I'm just dismissing all the different diversity of ants.
I don't really know much about what they're talking about here, but if any of you know, let me know in the comments below. And subscribe while you're at it.
What are we talking about? Okay.
Yeah, so aliens, I mean, I don't know. Look, I think the smart move is just, this is the first time in the history of Earth that it's been possible for life to extend beyond Earth. That window is open. Now, it may be open for a long time, or it may be open for a short time. And it may be open now and then never open again. So I think the smart move here is to make life multi-planetary while it is possible to do so. We don't want to be one of those lame one-planet civilizations that just dies out.
No, those are lame.
Yeah, lame. Self-respecting civilization would be one planet.
There's not going to be a Wikipedia entry for one of those.
Elon's warning here is steeped in urgency, and he's right. Opportunities don't last forever. This is probably why he's so interested in SpaceX and space travel in general. On the technical side, think about this. The resources to colonize other planets, like rare metals for spacecraft, are finite on Earth. If we don't act soon, we might lose the ability to act at all. It's kind of like missing the last train out of the station. The takeaway? The universe rewards those who plan ahead, whether it's individuals or civilizations.
Does SpaceX have an official policy for when we meet aliens?
No.
Okay. That seems irresponsible.
So we get a little slip into seriousness here. Lex must genuinely believe this to be an irresponsible move by Musk.
I mean, look, if I see the slightest indication that there are aliens, I will immediately post on the X platform.
Yeah.
Anything I know.
It could be the most liked, reposted post of all time.
Yeah, I mean, look, we have more satellites up there right now than everyone else combined. So, we know if we've got to maneuver around something.
Right now, humanity doesn't have a clear protocol for first contact. The technical challenge? Communicating with beings who might not share our biology, language, or even perception of reality. It's like meeting someone who doesn't speak your language. How do you start the conversation? SpaceX might not have a policy, but maybe it's time we start thinking about one as a planet.